You should do these 4 exercises instead of walking. Although widely recommended by doctors, the fact is that walking has its limitations. It helps a lot with cardiovascular health, weight control, and overall endurance. However, when it comes to truly strengthening your muscles, stabilizing your joints, especially knees, hips, and ankles, and maintaining good mobility and balance, there are more complete, specific, and even safer exercises for your body. And the best part, you don't need to spend money on expensive equipment or sign up for a gym if you don't want to or can't. You can do everything at home using just your own body weight, a chair, a mat, and a few simple objects that everyone has around. So in this video, I'm going to introduce 4 exercises that will bring far more benefits than just walking. We'll explain why each exercise is important, how to perform them correctly, and how you can adapt them according to your experience level. Exercise number 4, high knee march. You might be thinking, but isn't marching almost the same as walking? The short answer is no. High knee marching is more intense and actively engages different muscle groups, especially the core, hip flexors, and quadriceps. Plus, it improves coordination and balance because, with each knee lift, you briefly support yourself on one leg, great for those who need to train joint stability. In regular walking, the knee lift is lower, and the main focus is on moving forward. In high knee marching, however, you lift your knee toward your chest while keeping your torso upright and strongly engaging your core muscles. This leads to, number 1, a heart rate increase that can get almost as high as during a light jog, depending on your intensity. 2, active engagement of the hip flexors, muscles that often become tight and weak with aging. 3, improved balance, since you practice standing on one leg momentarily. According to a study published in Geriatrics and Gerontology International, exercises that involve knee lifts and single leg support can reduce the risk of falls in older adults. They also help relieve lower back and hip pain by strengthening the muscles that support the pelvis. Start by standing with your feet hip-width apart and your arms relaxed at your sides. Lift your right knee toward your chest, forming a 90-degree angle, or as high as you can without pain. At the same time, rise onto the toes of your left foot, which serves as your base. Then, lower your right knee back down, returning to a standing position. You can perform this exercise slowly and in a controlled manner or at a faster pace, similar to stationary running. Beginners. Do 2 sets of 10 reps, 5 knee lifts per leg, resting 30 to 60 seconds between sets. Intermediate level, do 3 sets of 16 reps, 8 per leg, resting 30 seconds between sets. Try to pick up the pace while maintaining good posture. Advanced level, do 4 sets of 20 reps, 10 per leg, with only 20 seconds of rest between sets. You can perform it almost like a stationary run, lifting your knees high and keeping your core engaged. Now let me ask you something. Have you ever felt back pain after walking long distances, or even just standing for too long? This could be a sign of weakness in your posterior chain, which includes the glutes, hamstrings, and lower back. To fix, or at least reduce this issue, we introduce the second exercise in our video, the glute bridge. While walking activates the glutes at a light to moderate level, the glute bridge specifically targets this muscle group, while also improving pelvic stability. Strong glutes mean your lower back doesn't have to work as hard to support your torso, reducing the risk of chronic back pain. Additionally, this exercise engages the hamstrings, which play a crucial role in stabilizing the hips and knees. This is something that regular walking doesn't do as effectively because, when walking, we rarely extend the hips with enough force to fully engage these muscles. An article published in the International Journal of Sports Physical Therapy found that the glute bridge, especially when performed with resistance bands or added weight, is one of the most effective exercises for activating the gluteus maximus. And the best part? It doesn't require complex gym equipment and can be done right at home. To perform this movement correctly, start by lying on your back on a mat with your knees bent and feet flat on the floor, hip-width apart. Keep your arms at your sides, palms facing down or turned toward your body. Lightly engage your core so that your lower back stays in a neutral position, pressed against the floor, avoiding hyperextension. Push through your heels and lift your hips until your body forms a straight line from your shoulders to your knees. Squeeze your glutes at the top. Lower your hips in a controlled manner. Don't just drop them, and return to the starting position. Inhale as you lower. Exhale as you lift, or maintain a steady breathing rhythm without holding your breath. Beginners, 2 sets of 8 to 10 reps, resting 30 to 60 seconds. Focus on feeling your glutes contract and lift as high as comfortable. Intermediate level, 3 sets of 12 to 15 reps, with 30 seconds of rest. Hold the hip lift at the top for 2 to 3 seconds to increase the challenge. Advanced level, 4 sets of 15 to 20 reps, with only 20 seconds of rest. You can add a resistance band above your knees or place some weight, like a weight plate or a bag of beans, on your pelvis to make it harder. If you experience significant lower back pain, try lifting your hips less, just enough to activate your glutes, without putting too much strain on your spine. Focus on the contraction. I'm confident that if you dedicate just a few minutes a day to the glute bridge, your lower back will thank you. Without even realizing it, you'll gain more stability for your daily tasks. Now, speaking of stability and support, let's move on to the third exercise, which, according to many experts, is one of the key movements for improving circulation, balance, and performance in daily activities. Calf raises. The calf muscles are essential for ankle stability, propulsion while walking, climbing stairs, and even maintaining proper blood circulation. However, they are often neglected in home workouts. Calf raises may seem like a simple movement, rising onto your toes and lowering back down, but they are incredibly powerful for strengthening the gastrocnemius and soleus, the 2 muscles that make up the calf. Studies show that people over 50 who train their calves regularly experience better balance and a lower risk of falls, especially when walking on uneven surfaces. A study published in the Journal of Geriatric Physical Therapy found that a 12-week exercise program focusing on calf raises reduced fall incidence by up to 30% in older adults. Additionally, many participants reported relief from leg swelling and nighttime cramps. Thanks to improved blood circulation in the lower limbs, it's no surprise that the calves are often referred to as the second heart. To perform this exercise, stand with your feet hip-width apart. Keep your torso upright and your core lightly engaged. If needed, use a wall or a chair for support. Raise your heels, coming up onto the balls of your feet. Hold at the top for 1 to 2 seconds, feeling your calves contract. Lower your heels back down slowly and in a controlled manner. Don't just drop them. Inhale as you lower, exhale as you lift, or maintain a steady breathing rhythm, making sure not to hold your breath. Look straight ahead, keeping your neck and spine aligned without leaning forward or backward. Beginners, 2 sets of 10 to 12 reps, resting 30 to 60 seconds between sets. Perform the movement slowly to ensure proper form. Intermediate level, 3 sets of 15 to 20 reps with 30 seconds of rest. You can rise onto your toes a bit faster and lower more slowly to increase intensity. Advanced level, 4 sets of 25 to 30 reps with only 20 seconds of rest. For an extra challenge, try single leg calf raises or use a step, allowing your heel to drop below foot level for a greater range of motion. If you have poor balance, hold onto a wall or a chair with one hand. As this exercise becomes easier, you can increase the difficulty by doing single leg calf raises, 10 reps on one leg, then 10 on the other. Using a step to increase the range of motion. Holding weights, dumbbells, or even water bottles at your sides to add resistance. Special benefits of this exercise for those over 50. Improves venous circulation. The calves act as a second heart, helping pump blood back to the torso. Reduces swelling and cramps. Regularly training this area can help reduce nighttime cramps and ankle swelling. Now, to wrap things up in the best way possible, we need to talk about an exercise that engages multiple joints and muscle groups at the same time: the squat. If you only walk and have never tried squatting correctly, you'll notice a huge improvement in your leg and glute strength, as well as in your ability to perform everyday tasks, like sitting down and standing up from a chair with ease. Many people avoid squats out of fear of putting too much strain on their knees or lower back. However, when performed correctly and with the right range of motion for your body, squats provide undeniable benefits with no negative side effects. Squats are a compound movement, meaning they work multiple joints at once, ankles, knees, and hips, while engaging a large portion of your leg and core muscles. Even professional bodybuilders refer to squats as the king of exercises because of their effectiveness. To give you an idea of how impactful they are, some studies link squat ability to longevity and functional independence. One example is research published in the European Journal of Preventive Cardiology, which found that people who could perform squats or get up from the floor without support had a lower risk of premature mortality. This happens because lower body strength is directly related to your ability to perform basic daily tasks, maintaining independence for longer. Even today, many people struggle with proper squat form, so follow these steps. Stand with your feet parallel or slightly turned outward, about shoulder width apart. Engage your core, keep your spine neutral, and pull your shoulders back. Bend your knees and hips as if you're sitting on a small bench. Lower yourself as far as your mobility allows without feeling sharp pain. A good tip is to focus your weight on your heels, preventing your knees from going too far beyond your toes. If this happens, try widening your stance slightly or adjusting your posture. Push back up by extending your knees and hips, driving through your feet. Inhale as you lower, exhale as you rise, and maintain a steady breathing rhythm. Beginners, 2 sets of 8 reps. Rest for 60 seconds. You can use a chair, lightly sit down and stand up to gauge depth. Intermediate level, 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps, with 30 to 45 seconds of rest. Try to squat until your thighs are parallel to the floor, keeping your back aligned. Advanced level, 4 sets of 15 reps, with 20 to 30 seconds of rest. You can add variations like sumo squats, or hold a weight in front of your body to increase resistance. If you have knee pain, try partial squats, lowering only to 45 degrees, and gradually increase depth as you get stronger. Always respect your limits and seek professional guidance if you have serious knee issues. In addition to strengthening the quadriceps and glutes, helping to counteract age-related muscle loss, squats also increase bone density, which helps prevent osteoporosis. Now you know how each exercise works, why they're so effective, and how to adapt them to your fitness level. However, there are 3 things you must do besides these exercises to avoid being one of those people who start, train for 2 or 3 days, don't see immediate results, and then quit thinking that fitness just isn't for them. Number 1. Consistency. Even the best exercises in the world won't work if you only do them occasionally. Regularity is what creates adaptations in the body. We need frequent stimulus to build strength, endurance, and balance. So establish a routine. Set specific days and times for your workouts. Training 2 to 3 times per week on alternate days allows for proper muscle recovery. And don't worry if, in the beginning, you can only manage 10 minutes of exercise. That's fine. The key is sticking with it and gradually increasing over time. Another great tip is to track your progress. Write down in a notebook or app how many sets and reps you did, whether you felt pain or had difficulties. This helps monitor your improvement over the weeks. Number 2, proper nutrition with an emphasis on protein. After age 50, the body's ability to synthesize protein decreases, increasing the risk of sarcopenia, muscle loss. If you really want to strengthen your legs, glutes, and core, you need to provide your muscles with the fuel they need for recovery and growth. Make sure to eat a variety of protein sources spread throughout the day, not just in one meal. Good sources include lean meats, fish, eggs, dairy products, white cheeses, and yogurt. And don't forget to stay hydrated. Proper hydration enhances nutrient absorption and transport throughout your body. Number 3, proper rest. Sleep is when your body repairs itself, builds muscle mass, and reinforces motor learning. Poor sleep hinders recovery and can even increase injury risk. Try to sleep 7 to 9 hours per night, depending on what your body needs. Older adults tend to have more fragmented sleep, but it's important to adopt strategies to improve sleep quality. And remember, it's not just about how many hours you sleep, but how good those hours are. That's why you should practice good sleep hygiene. Avoid screens, TV, phones, tablets at least 30 minutes before bed. Keep your room dark and quiet. Establish a relaxing bedtime routine, reading, listening to calming music, meditation. Avoid stimulants at night. Coffee, black tea, and caffeinated sodas can make it harder to fall asleep or cause frequent awakenings. And just to be clear, This video is not meant to tell you to stop walking. Of course, walking is great and should remain part of your routine, especially if you enjoy being outdoors and find it pleasurable. But why limit yourself to just walking when you can strengthen your muscles and improve joint mobility with simple exercises without even leaving your home? If you enjoyed this video, don't miss the one we prepared about the best exercise for each muscle group in your body. It's popping up on your screen right now. Thanks for watching, and may God bless you, my friend.